Third, you're going to find that uh, I'm going to share that to you at the end of this call. All right. So, enable. All right. So, my name is Tamon Jiruni. I reside here in the United Arab Emirates. I'm a digital marketing strategist. I have an MBA in business administration. I have a master's in business administration. I'm a CPD Google and PhD certified digital marketer. I have been in UAE for the last 4 years. 2 years I have been a digital marketing specialist, and that's the first 2 years when I came. I've been a digital marketing specialist, and the last 2 years I've been a digital marketing consultant. So you are highly welcome. During my course as a digital marketer, I've been able to attend so many conferences, which I encourage each and every one of you. If you really want to take your digital marketing skills to the next level, I think it is very important for you to attend different conferences, different seminars, workshops. Whenever you see a workshop coming up, it's very important that you try your possible best to attend, especially if the fees are affordable, good and fine. If the training is free, then I encourage you to always attend because you're going to learn everything new. You're going to learn so many things, very new ideas whenever you attend some of these workshops. So I've been able to attend several workshops in Singapore, in Philippines. I'll be in South Africa on the 14th. I'll be in Egypt by 14th of November. I'll be in South Africa. Um, Towards the end of this month, I'll be in Egypt. So I always have, whenever I see an opportunity, I always make sure I grab the opportunity because you get to learn so many things as far as the digital marketing space is concerned, and you're going to equally connect with so many people. So this is very, very important. So before you continue or before you proceed, I would love each and every one of you to introduce yourself. Just tell us what you do for a living. If you're a business owner, just tell us what you are into. If you are not a business owner, you're a student, you can tell us what you're passionate about. Or if you're thinking of starting up a new business, feel free to tell us what you actually want to engage in. You might not know, there might be digital marketing experts attending this session, and you might get lots and lots of ideas from them. All right, so please let's just be quick about the introduction because we have a lot to discuss. I'll begin with Atlehang. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing the name very well. Just unmute your mic. You tell us your name, where you're connecting from, and what you do for a living. If you own a business, if you're an entrepreneur, just indicate. If you own a business, indicate as well. It's going to really facilitate the training.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Atlahang Amnisi. I reside in South Africa, Joburg. I'm currently a student finishing this degree, and I am also in the starting phases or the development phases of my media company.
Okay, perfect. You're highly welcome.
Yeah,
So we move on
thank you.
to Rhoda. All right. I think Rhoda should be, I think he said he's driving, so you'll probably join us later. We have nobody important.
Hi, my name is Shamaine. I'm so sorry I can't open my video.
It's okay. It's
Um,
okay. It's fine.
yeah, I'm calling. I'm from South Africa to in Joburg. I'm doing accounting science final year, but I'm so much fascinated about real estate. So yeah, I just opened my outsourcing administration and marketing business. Called Mugiba Agency. So yeah.
All right. You're highly welcome to this digital marketing masterclass for entrepreneurs. So, like I earlier mentioned, basically we are going to be looking at digital marketing in a practical perspective. Okay, we are going to be looking digital marketing in a practical perspective. Okay, Mr. Alehang is asking about the conference in sorry, for South Africa, I am not attending a conference. All right. I just want to meet up with like-minded people who really want to engage into digital marketing. We exchange ideas. All right, the conference which I was supposed to attend in South Africa, I think already passed due to the delayance in the visa. So it already passed. So I could not really attend the conference. But then I still took it upon myself that nevertheless, I should make myself available, share ideas with one or two people who really want to exchange ideas as far as digital marketing is concerned. All right, Mr. Rhoda says he's connecting from Cape Town, right? So once again, you are all welcome. So I believe we all must have been hearing the word digital marketing, or we've heard the word digital marketing before. So what do you understand by digital marketing? Do you have any idea, in your own opinion, what do you think digital marketing is?
Okay, digital marketing is basically spreading the word about your brand or your business to customers and making sure that you are well connected and communicating well with your audience and you're able to sell your product.
Yes,
Using
but then,
digital.
all right, using digital tools, because you've not mentioned the
Yeah.
fact that you're selling your ideas to a specific audience using online tools. When you give that definition like that, it means you're focusing on the traditional marketing, right? So using digital tools to showcase your brand, to advertise your business, or to hold specific events to a specific or to a target audience. All right, perfect. Yes, another person? Any other person?
Um, so what I think digital marketing is, I think it's the advertisement of your business or whatever service or goods you actually have to offer. But then this time around, it should be online. So using like your online platforms to actually advertise. It's not more of word of mouth, because of word of mouth is more like the traditional way how you interact with people. Hence, digital is more of using technology to actually market your services.
Perfect. So basically, you guys have given the simplest definition as far as digital marketing is concerned. Once you're able to use digital tools to showcase a brand or to connect with people, all right, to connect with a specific audience, you've actually carried out digital marketing. So digital marketing does not only focus on businesses, all right, equally focus on maybe on brands, on events, and so on. All right. So long as you are able to connect with specific audience online, be it for business, be it for pleasure, be it for interaction, digital marketing has taken place. Very, very important. So as far as this workshop is concerned, we are going to be looking at some digital marketing strategies, building an online presence. We're going to talk about paid advertisement and essential tools for entrepreneurs. As an entrepreneur or as a digital entrepreneur, what do you need? Which tools do you need in order to ensure that you carry out um, your digital marketing activities perfectly online? All right. So let's look at understanding the power of digital marketing. Now, when it comes to digital marketing, your main focus is to reach out to more people with the help of digital platforms, right? That is your main target. Now, there are several digital platforms. We have websites, we have social media platforms, we have email marketing tools which you can use in order to reach out to your audience. All right. So, digital marketing focuses on reaching out to more people with the help of what? Digital platforms. Okay. And the main goal is to reach out to your targeted audience. So, unlike traditional marketing, whereby you can go to a radio station, a TV station, you pass an announcement, you don't actually know the audience you are targeting, right? Let's say in Cape Town, we have a radio station that covers Cape Town. But now you can agree with me that the frequency does not only cover Cape Town. There are some radio stations that can cover 2, 3 cities. Then we have the national radio stations that even cover the entire nation, right? So if you give an announcement on a radio station and this announcement is being passed, you don't have a specific audience you're targeting, which means that everyone can get that information which you're passing, be it children. There is no discrimination in terms of age, in terms of gender, in terms of location. All right. So as far as location is concerned, you can only have issues when that particular frequency cannot meet up in other areas. So you are always going to be limited as far as that is concerned. You don't know the audience you're targeting. So that's one thing you need to understand. That's one major difference, and that's one setback which makes a lot of entrepreneurs to prefer digital marketing to traditional marketing. Now, throughout this session, I will be mentioning small businesses, entrepreneurs, small businesses. I'm focusing my attention more on small businesses in the sense that when it comes to digital marketing, we always encourage small businesses to begin with digital marketing than traditional marketing. We take an example. Look at MTN, for example. MTN is it's a global brand, right? MTN is found in so many countries. I think it's a product of South Africa, but it's located in so many countries. In fact, so many countries in Africa are using MTN, right? They have the capability of budgeting for traditional marketing, which means they can pay a radio station for 1 year, they can pay a TV station for 1 year, they can pay the government to use billboards to print out flyers, right? They are a global brand. That is a global brand. So you as a small business, do you really think you are capable of affording the finances necessary to carry out traditional marketing in your local environment? Those are the questions you should be asking yourself. All right. So at that level, you notice that it is very, very difficult. So as far as digital marketing is concerned, it is cost effective. It is a cost effective method of marketing in the sense that with as little as $1. Now, when I talk about $1, I simply mean in this scenario, you are actually carrying out what we call paid marketing. Whereas we have free marketing, which means you can spend nothing to advertise your products or services or brand to specific audience. Take an example. If you own a Facebook page, you own a Facebook account, and your account has approximately 5,000 friends. Whenever you post a content on that account, obviously, those who are online at that moment are going to see your content. Even if they come later, they're going to see your content on your blog. And one good thing about social media platform is that whenever you post content, they always try their possible best to notify your friends, to notify your followers that you have posted a content on your blog or on your social media platform, and they want them to come and see what you have posted. That's the reason why you see most content creators, they say, whenever you're following them, ensure you turn on the post notification. So that whenever they post a content, you are going to get that notification that the content is available for you to watch. All right. So when you look at traditional marketing, or you compare traditional marketing and digital marketing, you will notice that as a small business, your main priority, you should focus more on digital than traditional. Let me take an example. There are so many people who have an idea. I want to start up a business, right? And the first thing that comes into your mind is what? I need capital. Maybe I need from 5,000, 6,000 rand, or you need $10,000, $5,000 to start up a business. Now you've actually sat down, you've done your budgeting, and you've actually outlined what you need. You probably need, maybe you need to get a space, you need to rent a hall, or you need to rent a shop for that business. You need to buy products and services or products for your shop. You need to do some renovations. But at every given point, whenever you are doing that budget allocation, you forget to do what? To allocate budget for advertising. Or you forget the budget for what? For marketing. At that level, you notice that when you buy products, You are so limited when it comes to sales because you do not allocate any budget for marketing. You always get that little or no sales, which means that within your first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, you're going to be getting very little sales. And another situation, another problem you're going to face is when you decide to allocate. Let's say you've actually decided to allocate budget for advertisement. Then at that moment you decided to allocate your budget for traditional marketing instead of what? Digital marketing. That's where you're going to have so many problems because when you get to a radio station to pass an announcement or you want to design a flyer, now you contact a publishing house, they have their limited cost, right? They have the amount which they always charge you, the minimum amount they charge you to print a flyer. Probably they will tell you that to print your flyer, if you want to print at least 100 flyer, this is what you're going to pay. If you're printing less than 100, it's going to be more expensive. Then you say this option is far more expensive. Let me try a radio station. Radio station, they might tell you to pass an announcement, you have to pay this amount daily. If you want to pass an announcement for 1 month, this is the amount you're going to pay. But when you look at that cost, sometimes the cost is almost, maybe it's close to 40% of the total amount you have to start up a business. That's the reason why we always encourage startups, we encourage small businesses to think digitally than going through the traditional method of marketing. We have over 4.9 billion active internet users globally, which means that we have almost 60% of the entire population of the world are online. All right. And out of the 4.9 billion users, more than 80% go online using their smartphones. The question now is, why is digital marketing very important to entrepreneurs? That's the question you should be asking yourself. All right. Now, before you start your business, now let's walk through this process together. All right. We're going to walk through the process of strategizing as a small business. You want to advertise you want to carry out advertisement, or you want to start up your business, right? As a young entrepreneur, you want to start up your business. What's the first thing that comes into your mind? You've been able to raise $5,000, $10,000. I think $1,000 should be approximately how much? I think 1,000 dirhams should be, let me just check. 1,000 dirham is approximately 4,500 rands. If I have to go with, I think you guys can give me the rate, right? $1 is how much? $1 is how much can $1 give us in rand?
$1 is 20 rand, so $1,000 is approximately 10,000 rand.
Approximately 10,000 rand. Okay, great. So we are assuming here that you have a capital of 10,000 rand. You want to start up a business. Now, you have to sit down and draw your plan, right? You need to put down a plan. Be it for a startup, be it for someone who already owns a business, you can still carry out this process. All right. So the first thing you have to do is to try to identify your target audience. Try to identify your target audience. Now, let me just give you guys a simple example. I'm a digital marketer, and I believe that connecting with people, all right, who have the same idea or who are thinking the same way that I am thinking is really going to help me to improve on my digital marketing skills and to help me connect with people, right? And the best way for me to do that is to do what? Is to carry out research. Where can I meet these people? Now, in order to carry out the research, I have to go online. I do research online. Which countries are more inclined or are more digital marketing inclined? Now, you have to start looking at countries that are already at the top when it comes to digital marketing, right? When you go through Middle East, you'll be looking at countries from Asia. You look at when you go through Asia and Middle East, right? You look at countries that are more inclined as far as digital marketing is concerned. Now, when you look at Middle East, let's begin with Middle East. When you look at Middle East, you have UAE, you have Qatar, you have Saudi Arabia, right? Now, when you move towards Southeast Asia, you look at Singapore. When you go to Europe, you look at England, right? Look at England, Spain, most of those countries. Then when you go towards what? North America, you'll be looking at what? United States and Canada. Then when you go to Africa, you're looking at countries like what? Nigeria, South Africa, Egypt, and we have Kenya. Is it Kenya? Rwanda, sorry. All right. So when you look at these countries, in Africa, we have about 4 countries that are really, really into digital marketing. All right. Now, when you look at these environments, you are able to get what? Your target audience. Once you've been able to get your target audience, you now ask yourself, looking at this target audience, will I be able to get what I want from this target audience? You've just started up your business and you are located in Cape Town or you're located in Johannesburg, you want to start up your business. The first thing, you don't just rush and go and buy products. You don't just rush and you get a warehouse where you have to showcase your brand or your products. No, you look at your target audience. This particular product which I want to offer, this particular service, which audience actually need the service? So you begin by looking at your audience globally. Currently, I am in Cape Town. So obviously, Cape Town will be one of my target audience, right? Then I'll look at other neighboring cities that I believe that it will be easy for me to, it will be easily accessible if I have clients from that environment. Okay? Now, once you've been able to identify your target audience, the next thing you have to do is you break down your demographic. These products which I'm about to get into, or these products I'm about to advertise or start selling, is it good for the male gender, female gender? What is the age group of people that I should be targeting? What age group should I target? Now, if I created an ad which states that introduction to digital marketing, so it means I am leaving it open, right? Everyone can join the program. And we have so many people who have a different mind as far as digital marketing is concerned. Some people think digital marketing is all about making money online, right? So when you put something like introduction to digital marketing, so many people want to learn, so many people want to know what digital marketing is all about. But the topic for the session states what? Digital marketing for what? Entrepreneurs. So if you understand what entrepreneur means, then you ask yourself, is this training for me or it's not for me? Right? So I'm able to break down my audience. I'm able to target the right audience. All right. I'm able to target the right audience. We take another example. Let's say I'm about to have a conference. Let's assume that I want to have a conference in maybe Cape Town, right? I'll be available in Cape Town. Then, of course, I decided to do an ad, or I decided to target maybe the whole South Africa, right? I targeted the country South Africa. At the end of the day, I'm going to have so many people who will be interested in that particular conference, but then the distance is going to be a barrier, right? It'll be very difficult for them to move from where they are to where you are actually carrying out the conference. So it becomes a problem for you as the digital marketer, or a problem for you organizing that event because you've actually targeted the wrong audience. So you should be thinking of what? Targeting the right audience. So one thing, first thing first, make sure you carry out your research, all right? Ensure to know your target audience. Now, once you've been able to get your target audience, you already know the market, you now look at what? Similar competitors, right? We have so many people who are into electronics, we have people who are into digital marketing, we have people who are into fashion. The question you should be asking yourself is, what difference am I going to make if I decide to get into the digital space with my product? What difference will I make? That is where branding now comes to play. Okay. Once you've been able to identify that difference, you should be able to brand that difference. Let's take an example. You have someone who has a shop and he's into, let's say, electronics, for example. He sells all types of phones, different smartphones, iPhones, Samsung, and all of that, right? We have a variety. So I can just go there. I believe at that moment, I believe that you don't really know your subject matter because you're selling a variety of the products and you might not really know much about the various brands. But if I decide that I want to get into electronics as well or accessories, I decide to go in for a specific brand. Let's say I decide to start selling Apple products. I get a shop, I can decide to get a shop. I brand it with a name that is identical to Apple, right? Or maybe I call my name, maybe Tamon Apple Shop or Apple Store, or I try to get a brand. Now, getting that brand simply means I'm going to get my personal logo, all right? I get my personal logo, I get my brand name. Okay, so there are two ways you can actually brand yourself. You can either brand yourself or you brand a business. Let's say you're a business a coach or you are a public speaker. All right, you can decide to get a brand name for that particular public speaking brand. Okay, or you can use your personal name. Same thing goes with your business. You can get a brand name, you get a logo, probably a business card, right? You need to brand yourself. Once you've identified your audience, you now do what? You brand yourself. Once you've brand yourself, trust me, at that level, you are good to go. All right. Now, what I am trying to explain here is what? You're trying to set up what? Your SMART goals. All right. It's just what? The process of doing what? Setting up your SMART goals. We are going to get to that as we move ahead. All right. So I just talked about the audience research. You need to know who they are. You need to know your demographics and interests. Okay. And you equally have to know what are their pain points. What do your audience actually need? So when it comes to target audience, okay, you can decide to create an advertisement whereby you're targeting just the male population, or you're targeting just the female population, or you're targeting people within a particular age group. Okay, let's take an example. I'm trying to create an awareness on, let's say, female hygiene. Okay? So I'm trying to create an awareness on female hygiene. So at this level, deep down in me, I know that I'll be targeting what? I'll be targeting the female population because those are the people who actually need more of that information, right? So, but I'm not really going to focus 100% on the female population. Now, as time goes on, we're going to talk about the different types of ads when it comes to digital marketing. We have the free ads and the paid ads, whereby the free ads, once you create them, it can reach out to any it can reach out to, there is no you cannot actually define your audience. Okay, you don't know if your ad is going to be seen by male or female. But when it comes to paid ad, you can actually define your audience, you can specify the audience you're targeting. And at that level, you can allocate your budget to a particular group of people or to a specific audience. So in this scenario where I'm talking about female hygiene, I can decide that, okay, I have $100 I want to spend on my ads. Okay, so since I am targeting more of the female gender, I'm going to ensure that more of my budget goes to the female population than the male. So I may say 70% of my budget goes to the female population and 30% goes to the male. The reason I'm doing that is because I know that there are some parents, there are some fathers, there are some brothers who might want to know more about this and to educate their sisters or their female children or even their wives. So that's the reason why I decided to do what? To segment my audience. Okay, so in a scenario where you can't identify, because there are two ways you can carry out your survey. You can do it through a paid method, or you can segment your audience. You can do it through a paid method or a free method. I'm going to try to elaborate on that. So for the free method, you can carry out surveys, try to get people's ideas. You can just decide to move into 3 or 4 different shops that are into the same brand. You ask them questions. All right, just go there and ask about the product, how much is the product, and then you just engage with a conversation. How often do people come to your shop to buy? What gender actually buy more of this particular product? Do we have male or female? That's how you carry out your work, your survey. All right. So carrying out surveys, you can do that digitally and you can do it traditionally. All right. Then we have what we call Google Analytics. So you can actually carry out that survey using a tool known as Google Analytics in digital marketing. Okay, whereby you are able to analyze people who visit your social media platform, who have been visiting your social media platform. You'll be able to know their gender, know their age, know how they interact on your social media platforms. Now, setting up smart goals. When it comes to digital marketing, and when you're thinking of getting into the digital marketing space, you actually need to set up your goals, set up your smart goals very well. Now, I'm going to give you guys a very typical example. Now, I had one client in UAE here that is into household repairs. Okay, so this client wanted to run paid ads. So he wanted to run what we call a call-only campaign. So there's what we call a call-only campaign as far as paid ads are concerned, whereby you run an ad on Google and your audience are going to get to you through a phone call. So when they see your ad, there is always a phone number below. They just click on it and they call you, all right, to ask more about your services. So when this client came and wanted to run an ad, I think he had done an ad before, but the results were not forthcoming. Okay, the results were not forthcoming. So he just came with strict instructions. I have this budget. I want you to run ads in this particular location. Okay, with strict instructions, without actually having a plan, which means that before you think of running an ad, if you are not a digital marketer, try to seek the idea or the opinion of someone who has the skill as a digital marketer to tell you more. Or if you have little skills as far as digital marketing is concerned, try to draft out your goals. All right, try to draft out your SMART goals. Now, when we talk about SMART goals, we mean that your goals should be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. What do we mean by specific? When you are targeting, when you want to target a specific audience, when you want to target an audience, make sure that you have that particular brand and you're actually going full force to target a specific audience. All right. Don't just open your ad to be seen by everyone, because you're obviously going to be showing your ads to people that are not interested. And at the end of the day, you're going to lose a lot of money online when it comes to your budgeting. This is very, very important. And this plays a vital role when you're creating things like Google Ads. So Google Ads are those ads which whenever you do a search online, right? When you do a search online on Google, you're going to see a variety of results, right? And at the top of these results, you're going to see the word sponsored. Let me just show you an example of what I'm saying. All right. So if I do a search right now and I type rent a car, so you see I have variety of results here, right? These are all search results. Now, at the top of this search result, you have the word sponsor. So you can see the word sponsor. So these sponsors here indicate that these are paid ads. These companies have paid Google, so Google can show their ads on this page known as a search engine result page, this page. All right, so digital marketers are in charge of creating this type of ads. So we have the search engine result page, and that is where you get all the results. So if you're unable to specify your audience, you're going to spend so much online as compared to when you actually decided to do what? To break down your audience and target the people that are necessary. Remember, when it comes to paid ads like this, okay, you actually pay Google when someone comes, does a search and click on your ad, which means that at the end of the day, you're going to get so many clicks, but zero returns or zero conversion. People will click on your ad, but they will not be able to take action because you actually targeted what? The wrong audience. This is very, very important. All right. The next aspect when it comes to your goal setting is what? It should be measurable. What do you intend to achieve at the end of that campaign? Do you intend to make a sale of 1,000 rands every week or 1,000 rands every month? I am targeting, if I am struggling to get 1,000 rand every month, how much product am I going to sell to be able to achieve that? That's the next question you should ask yourself. Now, after asking yourself that question, the next thing is, what amount of people, or what's the total amount of people that are supposed to buy this quantity of products for me to make this profit in a month? That's the next question. Once you are able to identify the total number of people that can purchase your product for you to attain that particular profit in a month, then you will be able to allocate your budget to target that specific audience. Now, why do I say so? When it comes to running ads on social media platforms, there is what we call budgeting, right? And whenever you set up a budget for every campaign, these platforms will tell you the total number of people that will see this ad once it has been created. And they'll be able to estimate the total number of people that are likely to buy this product from this area where you are about to create your advertisement. All right. So you actually set up that budget, and then you're going to see they are going to calculate and tell you from this budget you've set up on this platform, your ad is going to be shown to about 10,000 people. Out of these 10,000 people that will see your ad, about 100 of them will contact you either through a lead form or they are going to contact you maybe through WhatsApp. Which means that these platforms have done their job. It is left for you to convert these potential customers to actual customers. All right. So in your mind, you already know the kind of product you're selling. Now, there is one thing again you need to understand. When you're getting into, as a small business, always make sure you go for products that are very, very affordable. Don't go for luxury products, right? Because when you go for luxury products, you might get so many queries, but zero sales. It's just like you sat down and you've been given a huge amount of capital and you decided that you want to get into the sales of Tesla. How many people drive Tesla in your environment? Or you go for fancy cars. How many people have you seen driving such a car around your environment? I might decide to get into such a business here, right? Or I might decide to get into the sales of iPhones. I can say almost 40% of the total population in UAE, they are using iPhone. An iPhone here is not even like a luxury product, right? Not like luxury whereby in other countries, when you see someone using an iPhone 12, iPhone 13, you say, this guy is actually holding a plot of land. What you're holding in your hands can actually buy a plot of land, right? Somebody holding a 16 Pro Max, you know that person has spent a fortune just to get that particular product. In your environment, do you really think you can start up a business and you start selling such a product? Obviously not. So you should be thinking of starting very small. Go for products that are not expensive and are not very cheap. That's one thing you need to avoid as well. Don't get products that people will buy and you start getting bad reviews. Remember, they order the products online, so they should be able to give you good reviews. Go for products that are affordable and are durable. Very important. Okay. Now, when you go for products that are durable, you are able to know that out of the 1,000 people that I will be targeting, 100 are going to get to me. And due to the fact that my product is affordable, I believe that out of this 100, I'll be able to make 20 sales. And looking at your target, if you notice that these 20 sales you're going to make is going to help you to achieve that income you were supposed to get at the end of the month from what you had drawn from your plan, then trust me, you're actually getting there. Right? That's what we mean by what? Measurable goals. Okay, you're able to measure. And of course, at the end of the day, you should be able to do what? To achieve those goals. Don't just assume things that you know very well that you cannot achieve them. Like saying that, okay, if I buy 1016 Pro Max now, I believe that at the end of this week, I should have been able to sell all of them. It's very, very unrealistic in some countries, right? Very unrealistic. But here in UAE, there are people who do what we call pre-order. You even order before the product is out. And after 2-3 months, you go to the market, you can't even find a brand new iPhone, right? And sometimes the company even stop the production of that particular product. Another thing, your products or whatever you are engaging into should be very, very relevant. Don't look at what people are doing. Don't look at a particular business and you notice that this guy is making so much profit. The shop is growing so big, and you think you can equally get into that business, and you become successful. Trust me, there are people that are into a particular business and they are actually living on loans. They have access to loans. They're able to the shops. And remember, some of these loans can last even for 10 years. Banks can give you loans that can last for 10 years. And you say, after all, there's no problem. I can pay this loan. I can be paying it gradually for the next 3, 4, 5 years. And the bank will actually look at my credit history and they say, no, this guy can pay his loan very well. And I can do what? I can get another loan and I still stick to that particular business. But you are a small business. You are trying to start up that business. Do you really think you can do such a business? That is why sometimes when I get people always ask me, what kind of business do you think I can get into? I have this particular amount of capital. What kind of business can I get into? My first question is, what are you passionate about? What is that passion? What's actually driving you to get into business? Do you want to get into business because you just want to make profit? Or there is something which you have passion for? Because trust me, once you have passion for something and you are breaking even, you are going to be very, very satisfied because you are doing what you love doing. Right? So try to get that particular thing which you are passionate about. Once you're able to achieve that, once you're able to get that thing, you can even start selling the products. If they are products, you can start selling them without necessarily buying them. What do I mean by that? If you have just little skills in digital marketing, you can start advertising products that are not even available. The same thing happens with very big brands. So why can you not do it? This is what Apple is doing. Before their products are out, they have already sold more than 70% of the production. Because there are people who have already placed orders. And by the time the products are out, some of them have already been sold. So what they simply do is what? They just decide to do what? Just move around and give those who have already ordered their products. And they make things very flexible in the sense that you can actually swap your old brand for a new one. As simple as that. So you should equally do that. If big brands are able to do that, then why can't you do that? So what you should be doing in this particular scenario is that you should advertise products that you don't even have. When people look at the product, they say, wow, this product is great. I need this product. Now, you already know where the products are, right? You are creating that advertisement, but you already know where the products are. You can just move into 3 or 4 shops. If you are dealing with physical products, you can move into 3 or 4 shops, get sample prices, Tell the shop owner that I am a wholesaler. Okay, I want to be selling these products and making some profit. So I want you to give me these products in for wholesale prices, right? I'll be buying them in bulk. So just by saying you will buy them in bulk, he's going to analyze and tell you the prices, right? Analyze, tell you the prices that if you sell this product for this price, you're going to get this profit. So what the next thing you have to do is what? Just get pictures. Start working on your social media platform. You post those content. If you had allocated budget to start up that particular business, remove about 10% or 20% of that budget and you use it to run paid ads on your social media platforms. Or you create your social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram. If you have the capabilities of creating a website, then good and fine. You create a website for that particular brand. Start advertising those products that are not even available. All right. Now, I had a group of students. I had a particular workshop. This particular workshop was for people in Cameroon. All right. I had some students from Cameroon that wanted me to give them an orientation or a coaching as far as starting up a new business online is concerned. Now, I actually gave them this particular idea, and trust me, they already have a brand without products, but they are doing very, very well. So what they decided to do is they got into different shops, and they are in a city whereby there is this civil war, or let me not say civil war. There's a crisis currently going on. Okay, the English-speaking part of Cameroon, and life there becomes so difficult. So you don't have capital to buy products. So what can you do? Basically, just get into those shops, negotiate with them. You start advertising on your social media platforms. Get a brand, get your logo. All right, you get into the shop, take videos of the products, tell them these products are available. People are going to ask you, can I get this product? Now, initially you had your capital of about 100,000 rand. You wanted to start up a business, right? So at that level, maybe somebody will need a product that costs you just about 5,000 or 500 rand. I'll just rush, pay the product. Once I am sure that that person will buy that product, I'll pay for the product, then I'll rush and meet the person, give the person, and then I get my cash. Or better still, what I can do is I negotiate with the store owner. If the store owner trusts you very well, he or she can give you the product. Or better still, you can tell the owner, please, I'm taking this product to ensure, to check if this guy will buy the product. If the person doesn't buy the product, know that I will refund the product and I get back my cash. If you guys can come to that agreement, then trust me, you're going to have an online shop without physical products. Obviously, that's what Amazon does. Amazon does not manufacture products. It's just of recent that they have some of their products which they just give out these products to maybe their staffs and so on. They make one or two production, but 90%, 95% of their products are coming from different brands. They don't have a physical store where you will go there and you order a product. Their warehouses here in UAE are just meant for what? Keeping the products and trying to ensure that you allocate, you identify the products of every customer that has placed an order. If big brands can do that, why can't you do it? All right. Then ensure those goals that you are setting are not time bound. What do I mean by time bound? Take an example. Let me ask this question. During which season in South Africa can you make a lot of sales when it comes to blankets? During which season? Is this the right time to make a lot of sales when it comes to blankets? Let's be interactive, please. During which season? Don? Aleha? Are you guys with me?
Yes, we're here. Can you please repeat your question again?
Yeah, my question is, during which period or during which season in South Africa can those who are into the sale of blankets make a lot of profit? Blankets.
Oh, blankets. Oh, didn't get that. Usually in South Africa, blankets are bought in summer because it's quite cheaper and they're used in winter. And in winter, the prices are increased. So
Okay.
most people, yeah,
All right. So in that scenario, people buy more during the winter, during the summer than the winter. But again,
yeah,
I believe that those who actually buy those products during that period are quite smart. But then majority of the people will equally buy during that period when it is very, very cold, right? And of course, I believe there are some things which are going to make a lot of that are going to there are some products which are going to have huge sales during the winter period just to help keep people warm. And I believe during that period, you make these companies that sell these products make a whole lot of sales. Now, so when it comes to advertisement online, always ensure that you are actually allocating budget at the right time. Okay. Okay. So we talked about the sale of blanket. Obviously, if I want to create an ad to advertise my product like blankets or umbrellas, I believe that I am going to create that advertisement during that period where I know people are actually going to need it the most, right? If I if I don't create an ad during that period, trust me, I'm going to be wasting my budget online. Same thing goes with back to school, right? During back to school, you notice that that's a time where people maybe buy uniforms, people buy books. It's very difficult for you to see people buy books when schools are just closing. Only smart parents will think that let me buy the books of my children now because it's cheaper to avoid that rush when schools are about to reopen. Now, you might take that decision, it might be perfect. But again, maybe during that period where schools are about to open, the schools might have changed their book list and they will be requesting for a particular kind of book which you already bought some that are not necessary. You understand? So, as a digital marketer or as someone who is thinking of introducing a business online, always ensure that when you're creating ads or you're advertising your business, make sure you advertise during that period where the products are necessary. We understand that when it comes to free advertisement, you can do that at any given time. But when it comes to paid advertisement, you can actually have a budget for the entire year, but there is a time whereby you're going to allocate more of your budget during that period because you believe that it's during that period that you're going to make a lot of sales. People who are into fashion, they make a lot of sales during Christmas season or during festive seasons, right? That's where they sell a lot of dresses, a lot of shoes, and all of that. But after the festive season, it's very difficult. You can't really make so much sales during that period. Very, very important. Now, once you've been able to run your business, you've been able to set up your goals, you've been able to allocate or you've been able to allocate your budget, you've been able to identify your target audience. What's the next thing? The next thing is to choose what? Your marketing channel. This is very, very important. Now, when it comes to the marketing channel, we have channels that are meant for startups, channels that are meant for very big organizations, channels that are meant for small and medium-sized enterprises, right? But as a startup, or probably as an entrepreneur, which platform do you really think is necessary for you to start up with? Right? We have social media platform. This is the best platform, or this is one of the most popular platform you can think of if you really want to showcase your brand online for the very first time. Looking at platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, these platforms are very, very accessible. No doubt, out of the 4.6 billion people online, more than 60 to 70% use their smartphones. And when we talk about social media platforms, we are simply saying those who are doing what? Accessing the internet through their mobile devices. I don't think there is anyone who has a smartphone and has an internet connection that does not visit a social media platform in a day. I don't think there is anyone, at least our WhatsApp, we visit that on daily basis, right? So you need to identify your social media platform, your digital marketing channels. So for small and medium-sized enterprises, you begin with social media platforms. From social media platforms, you now move on to what? Websites where you're going to carry out your search engine marketing or your search engine optimization. All right, very important. Before you now move on to what? Email marketing. All right, so identify your channel, know which one is best for you. I think in South Africa, we have the most popular channel, most popular social media platform in South Africa should be Facebook. I think followed by Instagram. I don't think TikTok is as popular as the other social media platforms. All right. Now, once you've been able to identify these platforms, you should now be thinking of what? Creating content for these platforms. All right. And there are several tools you can use in order to create these, to create a variety of content for your social media platforms. We have paid tools, we have free tools whereby you can use them to get content. Now, when it comes to text content, you can use tools like what? ChatGPT, you can use Gemini, you can use Copilot. These are tools that can really give you very, very good content to create blogs for your website or to create text content for your social media platform. What about designs? What about flyers for your business, brochures for your business? We have platforms like Canva, we have Poster My Wall. These are platforms where you can create free flyers, you can create free designs, and you use them on your social media platform without paying for them. Though they have their premium plans, but again, the free plans are perfect for you as a beginner. All right. Now, one thing you need to understand when it comes to creating content on your various social media platform is that you have to be consistent whenever you're posting content. Consistency is very, very important. Once you start creating content and you're not consistent, trust me, at one moment, people will forget that you exist. All right. So you need to ensure that you implement, all right, this particular aspect of what? Being consistent when creating content on your various social media platforms. And again, one important aspect, make sure you engage with your audience. It's very, very important. You can't just create content, you post them, and you're not engaging with your audience. All right. You need to ensure you engage with your audience very, very well. Building a strong online presence is very, very essential. And there are several ways you can build a very strong online presence. The first method, which has been the oldest way to build an online presence, is by creating professional websites. And when we think of creating professional website, it simply means that you should ensure that that website is responsive and it is well optimized. Now, when it comes to digital marketing, there is a module known as search engine optimization. You must have heard of search engine optimization. So what is search engine optimization? It simply means you creating content on your website that should be optimized on the various search engine platforms. All right. So when you create a website, it doesn't end there. You have to ensure that the contents that are on your website are well optimized so that Google will rank your content on their search engine result pages. Example, I'll take you guys to our browser here. All right. So we did a search online and we had paid ads and free ads. And I earlier mentioned that the word sponsored indicate that these are paid ads and the free ads do not have the word sponsored beside them. Now, this content which you see here, without the word sponsored, indicate that what? It's a free ad. While the ones with the word sponsored indicates what? Paid ads. Now, how do these companies or how do organizations ensure that their websites always pop up on the front end without paying for it? All right, because these companies here, they don't really need to optimize their websites, all right? So long as you have the money to run your paid ads, Google will always bring your ads to the front end. They'll always show your ad to your target audience. All right. But again, if you don't have that budget, then you should be able to optimize your website so that the website shows on the first page, all right, of the Google search engine result page. Now, how do you ensure that your website optimized? Now, there are what we call web structure optimization. Those things you have to do at the back end of every website to ensure that it optimizes. All right, now I'm giving you this information so that in future, if you want to create a website for your business, don't just create a website and it ends there. Make sure that you hire someone who can create and optimize the website so that it can actually be pushed up by Google to appear on their first page. So some of the things which are being done to ensure that a website ranks include making sure that you have enough content on the website, like a text content. For every web page, you need to have at least 300 words. All right, you need to have at least 300 words on that page. You need to ensure that your website is fast. All right, because if your website is not fast, trust me, when people try to load the website and it doesn't pop up, they are going to just exit that page and move on to the next website. You need to ensure that you have enough internal links. What do I mean by internal links? If I click this website here, when I click this link, what happens? It takes me to this website. Now, when I hover over my mouse on buttons like this, you see my mouse changes to what? That finger, right? It changes to the finger, which means that this is a clickable, this section here is clickable, which means if I click here, it will take me to another page. All right. So this particular section here acts as an anchor. All right. So when you see a text that is clickable, we call that an anchor text in digital marketing, which means that there is something that has been attached. There is a link that has been attached to that text. Or you can call this an anchor image. There is a text that has been attached to that particular image, whereby whenever I click on that particular text, it takes me to another page. All right. So those are the things Google will look at. Google will see if you have enough text, you have good images on your website, you have internal links, and so on. This procedure which you follow, it is known as web structure optimization in digital marketing. Let's get back to our slide. So you need to create a responsive website. All right. Then we have what we call social media strategy. All right. You have post variety, audience interaction. Always make sure you interact with your audience. Always make sure you post content that are related to your brand, but they have different messages they are passing out. Okay. And again, consistency is the key. Now, what are some of the website essentials when it comes to ensuring that your website is well optimized? Your website should be what? User-friendly. What do we mean by user-friendly? User-friendly simply means that people should be able to easily interact with your website. There are some people that will see your website and they will just fall in love with your website just by the way you've structured the website. Now, you look at this website. Have you noticed that this website, you don't have so many colors? They have a brand color and they have decided to maintain that particular color throughout the website. Those are the kind of things Google love. All right. The website should not be a rainbow, colors of a rainbow. No, you maintain specific colors. That's the reason why, if you look at these websites, if I click this other website, you'll notice that they have a brand color throughout the website. Just looking at this website, you already know that their brand color is yellow. Nobody has to tell you. Right? Their brand color is yellow. All right. So you need to maintain that particular brand color for your entire brand, wherever you are placing your logo or you're trying to create some designs. You have to ensure that that is well applicable. Then your website should be mobile friendly. Now, when you look at websites, when you design a website and it's not mobile friendly, trust me, you're not going to get a lot of audience, right? Your website will not be shown to so many audiences. Why do I say so? Now, out of the total population, we have 4.6 billion on the internet, and out of the 4.6 billion, we have 80% visiting the internet, or 70 to 80% visit the internet using their smartphones, right? And smartphone is probably where people carry out their research on daily basis for those who don't have a computer system. So if your website is not mobile friendly, how then do you want people to actually visit the website and get to you or send you queries as far as your business is concerned? All right. So you need to ensure that your website is well optimized when it comes to SEO optimization. Now, I'm just going to give you guys a briefing when it comes to search engine optimization. When we talk about optimizing a website, what do we actually mean? Now, when you design a website, you actually place a lot of content on your site, right? Check. Your website is very beautiful. Design is great. Your buttons are perfect. But then your website is not ranking. You ask yourself, I have a very beautiful website. In fact, those who are at the top page, their website is not as beautiful as mine. Why is my website not ranking? It's because it has not been well optimized. And sometimes the website has been optimized on your own part, but you have not invited Google to do what? To help with the optimization. So once you've designed a website, or if you have a web developer that has designed your website for you, you need to ask that web developer, is my website ranking? Have you invited Google to start ranking the website? If you're doing a search online, typing your brand here and your website is not popping up here, or you even type the name of your business without using the URL, maybe the name of your business is Don and Bros Electronics. You just type Don and Bros Electronics. If your website is not popping up here, trust me, it means that your website is not ranked. Okay, Google has not started ranking your website. Now, how do you invite Google to rank your website? You have to either install a tool on your website. If you're designing a website with a content management system such as WordPress, or you're using hosting platforms like Hostinger, where they have the inbuilt web development tool. All right. So if you're using such tools, then of course you need to install what we call a plugin. In a scenario of designing a website with WordPress, you need to install a plugin which is going to help you invite Google. Okay, so you have to invite Google to come to your website and inspect. So once you call out Google, Google is going to now send their agent to inspect your website. Remember, there was a time I said that you need to have internal links. Remember, these agents that are visiting your website, they move with the help of links. Links help to link one page of your website to the other. It's like a door, okay? It's like a path where these agents are going to move through. So without this path, they will not be able to scan through your website. So once you invite Google, Google is going to send their agents known as crawlers. They will send their agents known as crawlers. Now, these crawlers are going to come to your website. They will scan your entire website, or at least they will scan the pages that they have access to. So when you design your website and each of your pages do not have internal links, then it will be very difficult for those crawlers to visit those pages. So once they are able to scan through the website, they are now going to get their report, and they will get back to Google and issue what? Their report. They are going to tell Google that these are the these are the things we're able to see on this website. This is the information we're able to gather from this website. Now, Once Google has analyzed the content which you've shared with them, and Google sees that this content is relevant to the audience, Google is now going to start ranking your website on this page. Okay, so you will start your ranking from the last page. I don't know if it's 1 million or the last page is the 2 million page. That's where your ranking begins. But at least you can be seen on Google. If someone just types the name of your business, it's going to pop up, which means that your business is being ranked. All right, so your website will be ranking gradually, and you'll be pushing downward your competitor. That's the reason why when you're creating content, make sure that your content is very, very unique and it surpasses your competitors in that same industry. All right. So if Google is satisfied with the content which you've shared, they are going to start ranking your website. If they are not satisfied, your website is going to still remain at the top, at the bottom, sorry. All right. Now, this process, this entire process, whereby content is one minute, guys. All right, guys, sorry for that interruption. So this entire process in digital marketing is known as indexing. All right. The process whereby you invite Google, Google sends the crawlers to your website, they scan your website, and they report back to Google, and Google start ranking your website is known as indexing. So when you talk about indexing digital marketing, it means that a particular site has undergone this process and now is doing what is being ranked by Google. All right. So this entire process has to do with what? Search engine optimization. Perfect. So we've cleared the air as far as that is concerned. Then you have to ensure that your website has clear contact information, making sure that every content, all right, every content on your website is clear, is precise. Your event buttons are perfect. Your live chat is perfect so that people can easily get to you. All right. Then, of course, when it comes to social media platforms, you need to ensure that you manage them efficiently. All right. And choose platforms that are relevant to your brand and to the environment which you find yourself. So if we have majority of people using Facebook and Instagram in your environment, why then should you be focusing your attention on TikTok and Twitter, whereby you know that so many people are not on TikTok or Twitter in your environment? So you pay more attention to those social media platforms that are in that particular environment. All right. And of course, we've talked about posting consistently. You need to engage with your comments and messages. And again, one thing which is going to help you facilitate your work when it comes to working with all other social media platforms is that try to get a tool that will enable you manage all those platforms at once. What do I mean by managing all the platforms at once? It means that I have a content which I want to post on 3 or 4 social media platforms. So rather than going to Facebook, posting, going to Instagram, going to TikTok, going to Twitter, and posting them one at a time, I can use a particular platform whereby I post just once, and this platform is going to help me post on all the other platforms at the same time. We have examples like Buffer. Buffer is a very good tool for social media marketing or for social media management. All right. So this is very, very important as well. Now, I earlier mentioned paid advertisement. And as a small business, a time will come when you will actually need paid advertisement to actually reach out to as many audience as you can. For example, creating Google Ads. All right. So Google Ads has to do with you creating these ads, which you see here, are being created by digital marketers, and we call them Google Ads. So whenever you do a search online and you see the word sponsored beside any ad, know that it is a paid ad. And these ads are being created by digital marketers. So as an entrepreneur, at that moment, it will be very difficult for you to create those ads. But again, you can get someone who can help you to create those ads if and only if you have a website, because without a website, you can't create Google Ads. That's why we say small businesses should focus more on social media platforms than search engine platforms. Okay, so you can go with Facebook and Instagram ads, which I think is the cheapest. With $1, you can actually create an ad per day. Okay, and I think that is very, very cheap as compared to any other social media platform. Then, of course, we have video ads. So I believe whenever you watch videos on YouTube, you always get those interruptions, right? Those interruptions are ads which have been created by digital marketers, and these ads are being shown on YouTube channels by Google. So the money which is paid by digital marketers to Google, Google actually split the money into two, take a portion of it, and the remaining portion he pays that to the content creators on YouTube. So sometimes you ask yourself, where does YouTube get money to pay those who create content on their platform? That's how they get the money. They get it from us digital marketers creating ads to be shown on those platforms, and in turn they share this money with those who are creating content. So at that particular moment, they are using your platform to show the ads which a digital marketer created or a company created. One more thing, creating what? Or crafting effective ads. Now, when it comes to creating ads, it takes patience. It takes perseverance to actually sit down, try to understand how ads are being created, be it on search engine platforms, be it on social media platforms, be it on email marketing platforms. It's very, very important. All right. So you need to understand your business very well. And once you know how to create these ads, then it will be very easy for you to choose that particular niche, choose the particular content for your ad, and the various keywords that are necessary to create that ad. All right. Now, when you're creating ads on social media platforms, on Google, there is always what we call the headline. Now, when you look at this content here, we have headlines and we have descriptions. These are headlines you see here. These are descriptions, headlines and descriptions. All right. Once you choose the right headline, obviously your ad will be shown to the right audience. Now, when it comes to Google Ads, this content which you see here only shows up when someone types or searches for things that are related to what these people are advertising, right? Be it free ads or be it paid ads, which means that if I'm into car rental and I don't identify in my ad that I'm into car rental, when someone types car rental here, they are not going to see my ad. They won't see what I'm advertising because that particular word is not available in the ad which I created. So this word, to the audience searching, it's known as a search term. To the digital marketer, is known as a keyword. All right. So you're using keywords on an ad so that it can appear to an audience whenever they do a search that is related to that keyword. All right. And of course, when you're crafting an effective ad, make sure that you have high quality visuals and videos. Not only quality, but the message which you're passing should be very, very great as well. And of course, you should always have what we call to action button. When you're creating social media campaigns, you have objectives. Do you want people to contact you through WhatsApp? Do you want people to contact you through maybe Facebook Messenger or through Instagram DM? Or you want people to fill a form? Like what happened, most of you are attending this session because you saw an ad maybe on Google or on social media platforms, and there was a sign up button, right? You clicked on it. That button is known as what? A call to action button. So it must always be available when you are creating an ad so that people can always click on it and they get back to you in order to know more about that particular business. And again, I emphasized on budgeting. I already talked about budgeting and I'm emphasizing on that again. When you're creating an ad, before you start creating that ad, make sure you've allocated a budget for it. Don't just get up, pick $500 and say, I want to run an ad for 1 month. You must have identified set up your budget, and see if I'm able to make just one sale, will I be able to, with the profit that I have made, will I be able to cover up for the budget I have spent on that ad, right? So your budget is being allocated based on the profit you get for each sales. So if I have a product which I sell and I'm making approximately $2 to $3 per sales, perfect. I know that if I run an ad per day, I may get 20 people who are interested in that product. Out of the 20 people who are interested, approximately 3 of them might buy the product. If 3 of them buy the product, I'll be able to make a profit of what? 3 times 3, which is what? $9. I spend $1, I'm able to make a profit of $9, which means my net profit at that level will be what? $8. That's how you calculate and you allocate your budget. All right. Then you equally need to you need to define your audience. I already talked about that before running an ad. Age-wise, location-wise, interest-wise, you need to allocate, you need to identify your audience before you start running an ad. Then you need to optimize based on what? Ad performance. You did an ad today, you saw the performance of the ad. What are some of the adjustments you have to do to ensure that you get a better performance in future? All right. So this is very, very important. So before we wrap up with the discussion, from now I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to ask some few questions. Here are some tools which you can use as an entrepreneur or a small business, for a small business as well. All right. So for content creation, you can use Canva, you can use Adobe Spark. These are tools which can help you create free designs, free flyers, free brochures, and all of that, even free logos. These tools can help you create a logo for your brand, create a business card for your brand, or flyers for your brand. Social media management, we have Hotsuite, we have Buffer. These tools can help you manage more than one social media platform on a single section. All right. Then we have what we call analytics. So this is now for big businesses that have different platforms. All right. So once they have different platforms, they want to use this Google Analytics to be able to analyze whatever is happening on all the other platforms, be it Google, be it social media platforms, be it email marketing platforms. So you can use tools like Google Analytics, you can use SEMrush, you can use Ahrefs to carry out this analysis. And of course, we have email marketing. Email marketing, which is one of the oldest, type of marketing. We have variety of tools you can equally use as well to carry out email marketing. We have MailChimp, we have Constant Contact. There are several of them. The one which I actually use, known as MailerLite, is very simple. Their free plan is very, very suitable for small businesses. MailChimp is quite expensive, especially their free plan is not really flexible as compared to that of MailerLite. MailerLite, I think you can send emails to about 1,000. You can send an email campaign to about 1,000 emails at the same time. All right, so about 1,000 emails at the same time, and they are going to receive these emails individually. We have MailerLite, we have Convertful, we have, I think there's another one known as Envo. I think something like that, Envo. So there are so many email marketing tools you can use as a digital marketer or as an entrepreneur if you really want to get into email marketing. So please, if you have any question, now it's time for interactions. If you have a question, please, you're free to ask. Any question? Any question? Any question? Don, are we okay? So someone is asking, are there sites I can use to design a website for free? First and foremost, I don't always encourage you designing, maybe using tools that will help you design websites for free. All right, but then before designing a website, you need a hosting platform. So you might actually have a site that will enable you to design a website for free, but then you need a hosting platform. So there are several hosting platforms that give you the accessibility to design websites for free. Example, we have Hostinger. Hostinger is a hosting platform whereby you can just buy their hosting platform and they will give you that access to design a very good website, drag and drop. You don't really need web design skills to design a website on this particular platform. Okay, or you can just go through a series of training, and of course, you just need to buy a hosting plan because no matter what happens, you must host a website. And I don't think there is any hosting platform that enables you to host a website for free. All right, any question? Yes. How do I do the optimization? I already explained to you. If you have a website, you just have to follow those steps. All right. You just have to follow the steps, optimization steps, making sure that the content on your website is great, the speed of your website is perfect, and all of that. All right. Very, very important. If you want to learn more about SEO optimization, you can just contact Talita Group Institute, which I'm obviously one of the tutors there. All right, it's a full course on digital marketing that runs for, I think, 4 months, 3 to 4 months, where you're going to learn all these various modules: search engine marketing, search engine optimization, social media marketing, and all of that. You can actually learn them from the Institute and become a globally recognized digital marketing expert. Any other question? Any question? All right. So if there are no questions, I believe we've been able to go through what I had for you guys today. And I'll be dropping a message in the forum for those of you who want us to meet. If you are I think I'll be available in Johannesburg. Hopefully, I'll be available in Johannesburg from the 14th. So if you have any question, you have any query, we can meet there. And I'll be willing to organize some of the things which I've explained here, such as optimization, social media marketing. I'll be willing to give you some of this training for free physically, so long as there is a location to have the training sessions. I can always deliver you guys this training for free. So long as I'm available, I'll be able to give you guys this training for free. So I'm going to pass an information in the forum for those who are in Johannesburg. We can look for a date during that period when I'll be available. I can give you guys some of this training. We can have probably a day, maybe 3 to 4 hours. I just walk you guys through the essentials of digital marketing, how to create some of these campaigns, and I believe it's really going to help you all. So thank you guys for joining this session. I'll be dropping the recorded session on my YouTube channel. I'm going to drop the recorded session there so that you can go through. If you missed out something, feel free to go through, and I believe you're going to learn a lot from the recorded session if you actually missed out something during this session. Thank you all, and bye-bye for now.